Burlington has a growing senior population, many of whom are looking for affordable housing so they can stay in town. What would you push the town to do to help this population in that area and in any other areas of concerns facing seniors?
You know, as I mentioned in my opening remarks, I've been involved in affordable housing opportunities here in Burlington for 20 years now, serving on the Housing Partnership Committee. Burlington is head and shoulders above our neighbors in terms of affordable housing opportunities. We're above that 10% threshold. We have been for a long time. We've recently signed a friendly 40B contract for a property along Cambridge Street. We're going to pick up an additional 67 units very shortly. That building is already under construction. Our marketing strategy will be focused towards seniors, but we are doing very well in terms of meeting our affordable housing needs. Could we do better? Yeah, we can always do better. I have a lot of folks who have lived here in town for 50 or 60 years who want to stay here in Burlington. Very difficult for them to stay here in Burlington. You know, they're sitting on some equity that is quite valuable, as you might imagine, with the property values they are today. So we work very hard to try and accommodate them. We've got the Grandview Farm that was part of the land swap property thing a few years ago. That's proved to be very popular, and we look forward to creating additional opportunities in town.
All right, thanks. Thank you. Joe Morandi.
As far as the seniors go in town, Mike just about put the whole thing right out there for us. There's a lot going on in town. The 40B that we possibly have coming into town, we're at the 10% thresholds. There's not much more to say than that. There's other projects that being in the works that we could possibly get. We may not get, I don't know. Those are things that are being worked on right now by the Board of Selectmen. For residents to stay in this town is difficult because of some of the housing that's already been taken and some of the ones that we need to do more on. Mike was right when he said that we can always do better. There isn't a person around that can't say, well, I'm as best as I can get. No, there's always a chance to do better in town. So that's what we're working on as a board. Thank you.
Thanks.
And finally, Nick Priest.
So senior housing is definitely something that I think a lot about as my own parents reach senior years. And I know they're not going to like me saying that, but it's true, Mom and Dad, I'm sorry. Yes, we are doing something, but we're not doing enough. Seniors can't stay in the town that they lived in their entire lives, that they raised their families in. They're being aged out because there's nothing, not nothing, but there's not enough affordable housing for them to go to. The condos and townhouses are too expensive, and it's very difficult for them to maintain their own homes. You know, other than looking into building more senior housing, we should be looking into ways for seniors to maintain their homes. If that means increasing the senior work program so that there's a tax write-off for them, you know, as an incentive, or, you know, reinstituting, it still exists, funny enough, the Rent-A-Kid program to help both kids get a few bucks in their pocket and, you know, seniors to stay in their homes where they, you know, have that equity, as Mike, I believe you said. You know, we need to be looking into ways to allow people to stay here in town. Because, you know, without them, without the people who are the fabric of this community, then what are we?